and a member opposed. Each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Louisiana.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in support of Amendment 112 of House Rules Committee print of H.R. 5894. Amendment 112 reduces the salary of Mr. Christopher Williamson, Assistant Secretary of the Mine Safety and Health Administration, to $1. This measure reflects our concern over the leadership under which questionable enforcement actions occurred. This is a call for accountability at the highest levels. Madam Speaker, and I encourage my passionate and brilliant colleague from Connecticut to consider my words. This chamber was built to reflect the highest ideals of individual rights and freedoms. The birth of our nation, as envisioned by our founder, included balance of powers built throughout our government. In this chamber, where we stand in the People's House as one half of our bicameral Congress, we are the legislative branch. We are held accountable by elections, in extreme cases, by censure or by ejection from Congress. Our judicial branch is filled with judges that are appointed, reviewed, and confirmed by our Senate and held to the highest standards. Our executive branch, at the highest levels, are accountable by election and in egregious or extreme circumstances by impeachment. But the bureaucrats, Madam Speaker, and I say to my colleagues respectfully across the aisle, the bureaucrats of the executive branch are hardly accountable save for by action through the power of the purse by Congress. We have not only the right to exercise the power of the purse, to do things like contract the salary of a rogue executive employee who has abused their authority and thwarted the will of the people. We have not only the right to do so, we have the obligation to do so. Reducing the salary of a bureaucrat regulator who has abused their authority is a shot across the bow of oppression. And I've listened respectfully to my colleagues oppose every amendment of the Republican majority. And I asked her to respectfully consider how else, Madam Speaker, might we control oppressive actions of rogue, abusive bureaucrats from within the executive branch. They are implanted within our government, an army of bureaucrats, virtually unreachable by standard business procedures, very difficult to fire or dismiss, insulated by many layers and levels of civil protections. Reducing the salary of a regulatory agent, employee of the executive branch, is an effective and constitutionally sound mechanism to control oppression. Madam Speaker, I rise in support of Amendment 112. I ask my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Connecticut seek recognition?
Madam Chair, to claim time in opposition.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
I rise in strong opposition to this amendment. This amendment once again demonstrates the lack of seriousness of this process and the lack of seriousness by my Republican colleagues. I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields. Gentleman is recognized again.
Madam Speaker, how much time do I retain?
45 seconds.
Madam Speaker, Do I appear to be anything less than very serious? This is a serious body. I come from a humble background. I know what it is to earn a dollar or not. I rise in support of this action because it's the right thing to do. I encourage my colleagues to support my amendment. I yield the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields. The question is now on the amendment offered by a gentleman from Louisiana. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to.
Madam Chair,
Gentlewoman from Connecticut is
I
recognized.
demand a recorded vote.
All right. Pursuant to Clause 6 of Rule 18, further proceedings on the amendment offered by a gentleman from Louisiana will be postponed. It is now in order to consider amendment number 113, printed in Part B of House Report 118-272. For what